Queen Sugar. Oh, this episode was so much. Please like, comment, subscribe. Romie here, Romie Reviews. Check out my other channel, Romie Whispers ASMR. Now, Queen Sugar. When I tell you that I'm holding on for dear life, I'm holding on because the show is so good, but it's so draining. We have, oh my God. Charley's mill was burnt down and they don't know who did it. And we thought that it was one of the Landrys. Sam Landry's actually saying for once he didn't do it. He's not taking claim in ownership. His sister isn't taking claim in ownership. And mind you, the weird storylines of how Aunt Vi was talking to Sam Landry as if he owes her something, as if the Borlones did something for the Landrys or covered up something. I don't know what it is, but it must have been big, because he looked at Aunt Vi like, I respect you, I appreciate you, you are a queen, please don't go and out him. I was just trying to figure out, what do you think it could possibly be? Yeah, that would be good. Another thing that happened there was with Charley. After Charley was at the mill, Ralph Angel showed up, Kiki showed up to support her man, and Kiki's such a good one. But Micah, what was it? No. And I keep saying no because Nova came back. She heard what happened, and so she came back. Her part of her book tour was probably already over, and she came back just in time to come back into the family fold. And I appreciate the fact that they did not go and just open their arms out and welcome her. I appreciate the fact that they looked at her like she was the scourge. Like, I know this wasn't you, but I'm gonna give you the energy as if it was you. I loved every moment of that because, ow, my eyelash. Come on now. Nova has been doing so much foolery that I just feel like she deserves all of this. They didn't want to talk to her, and they had other things to worry about. So now Ralph Angel and Charley went over to the sister Landry's place of business, and this woman, this racist bigot, had the audacity to go and say something to the effect, well, first off, she was like, oh, so you just barging in? I'm thinking, yeah, we're just barging in. But I said, this is Charley. She must have a plan. And so then, sorry about that. Someone just walked right next to my car and stopped. Right? I'm like, but then I realized, okay, that's because the shade was there. So I get it. Now, here's the thing. We know that woman is a racist, and we know she cannot be trusted. For some reason, I do believe the Landrys did not directly do this, or at least the ones that Charley that's already familiar with. I don't think Jacob did anything. I actually don't think Sam did anything. I don't trust his sister. She's trash. But maybe not even her. But Charley went at her. Charley was giving her the 10th and 5th degree about, so all of it was a lie. And she finally, the scourge finally confirms that yes, it was a lie. She did it the same reason why Charley did it, to protect her family and protect her own interests. But then she was trying to go at Charley for saying, you know what, you're trying to act like you're bigger and better, but I read your book and you're low down and you're rotten. I'm thinking the pot calling the kettle choo-choo? Really? You want to go in that? Okay. Okay. All right. No. And then she's trying to say how, why would she go and burn down the mill? She loves the land, because Charley was talking about how you can't possibly love the land. You're working with, what was it, Old World Energy or something like that, to go and destroy St. Joseph, to build a highway, and to go and frack the farm. The land. And she said, I love this land, and I love sugarcane. It's so beautiful because when it is cleaned and processed, it goes to its truest, perfect form of pure white. I said, oh, okay, here we go. Just like how then she started to go at Charley and say, you ain't nothing but an, you ain't nothing but a overzealous, highfalutin mulatto, which is what they call a mixed person. Black, white, that's another term for a mixed person. And I said, oh, we're doing this. I think the woman was trying to say that she wasn't racist, and Charley said, the prime definition of you doing this, not caring about this land, doing this to these people that don't look like you, saying what you said to me, oh, yes, you are. And the conversation went for a while, but Charley said that, oh, this isn't over. I'm gonna prove that you had involvement with this, and I'm coming after you. You really think that it's all good, but it's not. I got something for you. Oh Lord, that breeze feels nice. Now, one of the main issues here is that Ralph Angel, he recorded it. And I said, perfect. But when they went and talked to his girlfriend, she said that it can't be used because the recording doesn't have the consent of the other person. It's one of those states where if you record someone without their consent, you can't use it in court for a bunch of reasons. So now they don't have that. And that's the other thing of Charley's starting to freak out because she's like, wait a minute, don't have this, don't have that. Ralph Angel, he went to the meeting. He found out that in the meeting for his program, his reform program, it's halted until further notice as far as him paying, him getting assistance from the government, because now there's the issue of he can't show proof that he'll be able to maintain payroll and have the revenue to pay these people because of the fire. So it's all connected. I said, no wonder everyone thinks it's the Landrys, because it feels like them. This feels like them. It hurts and it feels like them. Now, we go from that to I'm getting mad all over again. I'm getting mad. Nova and Calvin. Nova calls Calvin because she's so hurt, because she feels like she can't do, she's unsure if she's able to do it. She's unsure if she's able to move forward because she feels like her family hates her. And she doesn't know what to do. I said, yeah, you better cry. And I felt the cry too. I said, oh gosh, ooh, I felt that. But yeah, you better cry, because part of this mess, everything in the book keeps getting thrown back at everyone. So you're gonna feel this for the entire seasons. The entire season. Then Nova eventually invites Calvin over to her place. Micah comes over, and Micah, he knows who Calvin is. It was like, oh, the cop? He's like, reformed cop. Micah had to look up. So then once Calvin said, oh, I need to make a call, and skedaddled, Micah looked at Nova and said, why would you invite him? Almost anyone else but him. What were you thinking? Yeah, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Yeah, I could not deal with all that outside noise, as well as it was getting warm. I have to get back to work soon, so I can't go back in there sweating. That'd be weird. Now, I love the energy that Micah is on. Micah is on this tip of the man was a cop. Do you know if he participated in, excessive force? Nova said, I did not directly ask him, but I do not believe so. We had conversations. then she said, okay. No, then he said, but did he see excessive force and do nothing about it? And so Nova couldn't say anything. She doesn't know. So Nova eventually talked to Calvin, and Calvin told her, Calvin told her that, without saying it, that yeah, he did see excessive force being used and didn't do anything. So who knows what's going to happen with their relationship. I said, ooh, now this was the tipping point. Now Nova doesn't even have Micah on her side. Now Micah can finally go back and reunite with his mom fully. Oh, this is beautiful. And she's going to need the support because of what happened at the end of the episode where, oh, poor Charley. Charley actually talked to Sam Landry, and again, he said that he didn't do this. She says she doesn't believe him and she's coming after him. She's going to expose him, because the thing is, when Charley was talking to Ralph Angel's girlfriend, Charley learned that they need proof. They need evidence. They need something physical that they could bring in to show that he, that based on all of this, that it's bull, and they don't have that. That's what they need to find. Everything that they have, they can't use, or it's not going to be enough. Aside from that, so when when Darla reached out to Ralph Angel when she heard about the fire, I said, okay, that's cool. And then she also went over to check on her man, but he's no longer your man. And his girlfriend was there, and his girlfriend was polite and even said, oh, I'll give you some time to talk, it's cool. Darla realized, no, it's okay, I'm leaving, just wanted to check on you. Now, I got nervous because I felt like, I hope the girlfriend doesn't think that Ralph Angel may still feel something for her and the relationship, because she doesn't want to be in the way of what they could potentially have. Because she goes and lets it be known how she was with this man who, her baby daddy left her when she was a couple of months pregnant, and so I think she didn't have a job. She was in law school, but she had to go and take the bar. There was a lot of stuff stacked against her, but she just moved one step at a time, and that was her lesson for Ralph Angel. And they eventually smashed, and it was nice. But then here goes Darla calling him again at night because she has a sponsor and a man, but she calls her ex-man to go and essentially console her. And I'm just looking at this like, Darla, no. So then, where do we want to go? Do we want to just move on to the ending? Because I feel like Hollywood came back. Woo! Hollywood came back. Vi was super happy. I enjoyed every moment of that for her and him. I said, oh, it feels right having him back. It feels right. The show feels more complete. But yeah, because the only other thing I really care about mentioning is this foolery. We knew this was going to come back. The fact that people, this is my tip for everyone who watches shows. I watch so much TV and so many movies, listen to so much music, I'm able to figure out patterns, If a show is showing you something and it's a good show, they're supposed to weave it back in. Some way, some shape, some form. So when it was brought up by Charley's boyfriend that, it sucks because there's some property owners, some farm owners who don't care about their workers, care about their people, especially the person who was in charge of the farm that ended up getting 2 workers killed in a storm. That was Charley's farm. That was when Charley was in charge. And so Charley didn't say anything because she knew how her boyfriend, who's a nurse, who cares about his community, who cares about his people, who cares about people, period, would feel about someone who would do something like that, put other people's lives in jeopardy for a profit. And so then he finds the headline, it gets printed. I don't know who printed it. Maybe it was the Landrys, maybe it was old world energy, who knows? All we know is that it finally got printed about whose farm it was, or reprinted, and Charley couldn't say a word. He just asked her, so is this really who you are? You know, essentially someone who goes and puts work over the workers and all that stuff. And then I'm sure in his mind he was thinking that, oh, so did you do the other stuff just because you wanted to make some type of amends instead of doing it from the heart type of thing? And at that moment, he had every right to be upset because she withheld the truth from him, which was a version of lying. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine with him being upset with her because of that. What we're not gonna do is act like that's the same as first of all, the timing was terrible. Charley was so emotionally drained. She had nothing left to give. She couldn't give a good response. She was emotionally drained. And it hurt my feelings because Charley is not a bad person. She is a very driven person who, yes, in order to get the results, because she's going after people who have a certain edge that do certain things, she ends up sometimes going too far or overstepping, sometimes doing too much, but that doesn't mean she's a bad person. And it feels like season after season she gets pinned as this bad woman, and that's what I don't like. And now she's losing her man, who's a really good man, because she wasn't strong enough at the time to risk losing him versus telling him the truth. And then for him to just say, oh, we're just done, it made me feel a certain way. I get it, but I don't. But I'm not him. Like, maybe he's also someone that's big on truth, and maybe that's what hurt him even more. It was like, this was a terrible lie. This wasn't even like a minor lie. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. So I did forget two things. One, when Prosper talked to Nova and let her know that ding dong, she was wrong. Her father was fighting some men who were saying that they were going to go and do something to her. He ended up fighting one of the guys, and they basically fought each other almost to death. What happened was the father caught himself. He heard his wife singing to Ralph Angel as a boy, or as a baby, stopped himself, and then he actually helped the guy to the hospital, and then he buried the clothes that he was in, and he wanted it as a reminder that he was burying his feelings, his emotions that day into the ground. Not a person, Nova, dummy. And then the other thing was that Aunt Vi prayed for Nova. She prayed for the entire family, but she also prayed for Nova. And even though it's not a surprise, she's like, she loves that girl, but she doesn't know how she can forgive what that girl did, which is fair enough, for now at least. So I just wanted to add that in.